Good evening and welcome to the Whiskey Lover Society with me, Gert Retief, and tonight a little bit of a follow-up video on the online Scotch Whisky Awards. You can, I will put a link in the description or maybe at the end card so that you can also watch that. But I got a lot of feedback from that video and a lot of people have sent me a private message. What about this whiskey? What about Ardbeg, why is it not there? And I thought it might be a good idea just to do a quick follow-up and talk about the People's Choice Awards. Now, 4,444 people voted for their favorite whiskey, but in each category, they had an opportunity to put their choice. So it might be even something that is already nominated, but they do have an additional option to do a People's Choice Award, and this has been done every year since the beginning. And I like that idea because it gives an additional way of recognizing a whiskey that might not be in the initial list. So not going to be a long video, but I think it is an important video because there's a lot of people that were like, well, that's my whiskey was not in there. So maybe your whiskey made the People's Choice Awards. So I'm going to quickly run through all the 9 categories and give you just the top 3. I will put a nice picture up as well so that you can also see, well, what was under the top 10 voted by the people as the People's Choice Awards. So I'm going to start off with the best value whiskey, and in this case we have Aaron 10 as the winner. Now they have the trifecta already 3 years in a row. Aaron 10 was the whiskey of the best value whiskey. So on second place we're looking at Bunnahabhain 12 and the Deanston 12. All 3 whiskies are fantastic, and of course I need to mention the Glencairn 10-year-old. But you can see the rest of them: Kilkerran, Port Charlotte, Craigellachie, Lejeune 10, the new entry, the Lejeune Rioja, and of course the Kilchoman Snake. Fantastic whiskies and definitely a addition to of course the winners. And if you want to know who was the winner for this category, you're going to have to look at my video at the end card. The next category was the base blended whiskey, and well, a little bit of a surprise for me as well. And as you see from the list, Maclean's Nose, it was okay for me. I was not a big fan of it. Then of course Thompson Brothers, they took really a lot of the awards in this year's session, and then the Cutty Shark Prohibition. Now I've been chasing that since 2023, last year, when they were also nominated for the best blended whiskey. And I've been trying to buy this now for almost a year and never available here in Belgium. So struggling, but I have a quite surprise. My next video what's going to drop soon, it's going to be on the Cutty Shark Prohibition. I got a sample of that by one of my subscribers, Andrew Butler. He sent me a sample of this Cutty Shark, so I'm quite looking forward to giving that a nosing and tasting. The next category, the best blended malt whiskey, and also a little bit of a surprise. And the winner, of course, this year was the Campbelltown Loch, and also the People's Choice Award. So definitely a cooperation there, and there's definitely a whiskey that needs to be tried. Campus Box Orchard House, big winner for me. Thompson Brothers SRV 5 won. Also the Campus Box Spice Tree. And of course you can look at the rest. Johnny Walker's Green Label, fantastic whiskey. Thompson Brothers, again, Monkey Shoulder, absolutely fantastic choice if you want to make a good cocktail. For me, I always go for Monkey Shoulder. Campus Box, Peat Monster, Lejeune, 2 Lejeunes also in the running. So definitely a nice selection of the People's Choice Awards. The next category was the best non-malt whiskey, and here I think I can agree with this one. Wild Turkey 101, I do like it. It's lovely, light, sweet. It's got all the lovely flavors that you expect from a bourbon. Red breast, cask strength, 12-year-old, and of course the Wild Turkey rare breed. So definitely good choices. The Eagle Rare for me, the 10-year-old, is also a really nice whiskey at an affordable price. And of course Red breast, Elijah Craig, Four Roses, Power John, never had that one, Yellow Spot, and Millstone 100 Rye, which is a new entrant. So definitely also a nice list. If you are looking for a non-malt whiskey and you want to try something new, take a look at this list. Pick something and you're not going to be disappointed. Best distillery, of course, well, you can't go wrong. Bruichladdich is making fantastic whiskey. Springbank, bloody expensive, but they are making whiskey for the people, well, the people with deep pockets, and I'm not one of them, so I do try to get the cheaper options. The 10-year-old, that's a little bit affordable for me, but when you get to the 15 years old, 17, 18, it's crazy expensive, especially the cask strength editions. Erkner-Mergen, oh my word, they do make fantastic whiskey, and of course you cannot run away from Arran. Arran is always going to be on this list. Glengyle, Kilhoman, Glen Scotia, Boonhaven, Tobermory, and Deanston completes the list. Best new distillery, and I think for me it was a little bit in between. Ardnahoe, I've never tried it. I would love to try some. And Isle of Rasay did the winnings, and the rest of them, yeah, it's all of the normal distilleries. I think there's nothing new in there, and well, I don't really have much to say about this category. Very difficult to find a whiskey or buy a whiskey from a new distillery that have a small batches release, so people snap it up before it goes to Belgium. So yeah, I step back on this one, and I trust you to make the correct choice. Base independent bottled whiskey, and I think the Signatory Vintage, I have a bottle there, the Secret Speyside whiskey, 13-year-old. Oh my word, it is a fantastic whiskey. They take a whiskies, sometimes mediocre whiskies, and they give it a proper treatment, and they make something that is really good. In that second place, Thompson Brothers, and we talk about Cadenance, SMWS, never had one of these, but I think it's a cult following with them. Gordon MacPhail, James Eady, also really good. Decadent Drinks, never had one. Douglas Lane, and Adelphi. Adelphi also have a fantastic one. I have a big dark red Adelphi, and I do like it for that special occasion. Best world whiskey, and I think there's a category that a lot of people had a lot of to say about it, and in this case the People's Choice Awards was White Works Bourbon Barrel. Never heard of him, never tried them, no opinion on it, but it was picked by the people. 4,444 people voted. Cotswold English Single Malt and Nika Yoishi. Now I can attest to the Nika Yoishi, a really good whiskey. I would love to try more of them in the future, but bloody expensive. And just to add to that, you have the Wild Turkey Rare Breed Indri Drew Cask. Never seen it, never tried it. Indri Trini, also a fantastic whiskey. Red Breast 12 cask strength. Cavalon Solas, oh my word, they are fantastic. Balcony Single Malt, and of course the Amrut Fusion. All of them are whiskies that I would recommend to try if you want to try something new. And the last category, the best Scotch whiskey. People's Choice, and here of course Springbank took the honors, and I do admit that 12-year-old cask strength is absolutely fantastic. Second place, the Kilkerran 16 and the Boenehaven 12 cask strength. For me, the winner for this year, the 12-year-old cask strength, it is a fantastic whiskey. If you're into sherry whiskies, sherry monsters, high ABV, then it's definitely the whiskey that you are going to enjoy. On that list also you have the Springbank 10-year-old, the Jack 18, Port Charlotte 10-year-old, Erna Mergen cask strength, Lefroy 10-year-old cask strength, Bruichladdich 18 and the Springbank 15. So that is the choices of the people. The people that went down at the list made their ticks and at the bottom said, do you want to add your own choice? They decided to put a whiskey of their own choice in there. And that, my dear friends, is the list of all the People's Choice Awards for the OSWA 2024. Let me know in the comment, what do you think? Do you agree with this list? What else should have been on the list? But also tell me if you voted for something else. And if you did not vote, well, next year, please make your voice heard and give your selections as well. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share and subscribe, and I see you next time. Cheers.